Gwinnett County Superior Court, the 2nd of February 2018. In a packed Gwinnett County courtroom, Judge Deborah Turner is about to hand down a sentence in one of the most disturbing murder cases this county has ever seen. 2 people are dead, beaten, duct-taped, throats cut, left to decompose in an upstairs bedroom while their killer ordered Chinese food downstairs. The family of the victims is seated in rows behind the gallery. Some of them are crying. Some of them are staring straight ahead, too hollowed out to cry anymore. And seated at the defense table in prison scrubs, hair pulled back, is the person who killed them.
Stunned that you sealed areas so that you could make sure the smell of decaying human flesh wouldn't be noticed, that you had parties and ordered Chinese food with 2 people that you had brutally murdered lying upstairs.
Her name is Cassandra Bjorga. She is 17 years old. And the 2 people she killed, the 2 people whose bodies were hidden behind a caulked door while she hosted friends and smoked marijuana 10 feet away, were her grandparents. The people who took her in when nobody else would. Judge Turner is reading the charges. The gallery is silent. And for just a moment, just a flicker of a second, Cassandra Bjorga smirks. Not a nervous smile. Not a misread expression. A smirk. That smirk tells you everything you need to know about who Cassandra Bjorga was. How does a 17-year-old girl, a girl raised by the very people she killed, reach a place where a smirk is possible? To answer that, we have to go back to the beginning. To understand what happened inside that house on Furlong Run, you first have to understand who lived there before everything went wrong. Randall Bjorge was the son of Norwegian immigrants, born in Salt Lake City, Utah, in 1954. That same year, in that same city, a girl named Wendy was born. They attended the same high school, Highland High. They found each other young. They married in 1974, both 20 years old. By 2017, Wendy and Randall had been married 43 years. They had adult children, Amanda and Christopher. Randall worked as a network engineer. Their house on Furlong Run in Lawrenceville, a quiet suburb of Atlanta, reflected everything they had built together. Quiet, comfortable, ordinary in the best possible way. Wendy stayed close with Randall's older sister Sylvia, who lived out in California. Regular texts, regular calls. The ordinary rhythm of a family that actually stayed in touch. The last text Wendy ever sent was to Sylvia. "I'm going to bed soon. Maybe tomorrow will be better. All I can do is hope for the best and expect the worst. It shouldn't be this hard for any of us." She sent that on the night she died. She turned off the light. She went to bed. She had no idea that outside, right at that moment, someone was already crouched by the shed in the backyard, waiting for the house to go dark. That someone was her granddaughter, Cassandra Bjorg. Cassie was born March 18th, 2000. She had just turned 17 the month before the murders. Her mother was Amanda, Wendy, and Randall's daughter. By 2015, things at home had gotten bad enough that the grandparents stepped in. They applied for custody, were granted it in 2016. The plan was simple. Get Cassie out of a difficult situation in Duluth. Give her stability. A fresh start. What followed was anything but. Between October 2015 and April 2017, Gwinnett County Police responded to the Bjorg home 31 times. 31. 18 of those calls were runaway reports, Wendy filing them, searching for her granddaughter, again and again. The remaining 13 were domestic disputes and suspicion of illegal drug activity. 31 visits. 31 times officers knocked on that door, filed reports, left, and every single time, Cassie came back. On November 30th, 2016, police responded to another domestic call at the house. Wendy and Cassie had been fighting. Cassie had broken curfew again. Wendy told the officer Cassie had thrown water on her, but it was Randall's statement that should have changed everything. He told that officer that Cassie had turned violent before, and that he was afraid, specifically afraid, that she would turn violent again, because Cassie trained in martial arts. And Randall knew what that meant. The officer filed the report. Cassie was charged with simple battery, simple assault, and unruly juvenile behavior. And Cassie stayed in the house. The 1st of April 2017. Cassie went missing again. Wendy posted that plea publicly.
I guess let's start from scratch about what happened, starting from when you ran away, I guess.
I didn't really run away. My grandma kicked me out.
Okay.
And I came home because, it was time for curfew because I didn't want to violate my probation. So I came home and my grandpa was asleep and my grandma got really mad at me. And she was saying oh, if you don't like it here, we're just going to find somewhere else for you to stay.
1 week later, Wendy and Randall were dead. 31 chances. A grandfather who told police he was scared of his own granddaughter, and the door kept closing behind the officers every single time. Now we need to talk about Johnny, because Cassie didn't come up with this alone. Johnny Hero Ryder was 19 years old. His mother was Japanese. He'd grown up mostly in the US, moved to the Atlanta area in 3rd grade. By the time he met Cassie, he'd already packed in more life than most people twice his age. He'd wanted to be a Marine. A shoulder injury stopped that. He'd gotten married at 19 to a woman studying at University of Florida. Long distance. It fell apart. They divorced. And somewhere in between, he'd racked up 8 felony charges.
But I still haven't gone to court for it because they gave me 8 felonies, but it's not supposed to be 8 felonies. My wife, my ex-wife, she used to go to University of Florida. So it's a long distance marriage, she's over here feeling neglected and depressed, and she thinks I'm cheating on her. Whenever she was a kid, her dad beat her with chopsticks and forced her to do stuff, tortured her mentally. This is why I got kind of down about it. And then me and my wife divorced, and then I'm girl, I'm back.
Cassie met Johnny through a previous boyfriend. They'd been together about 3 months by April 2017.
Friend Johnny, how long you date that dude for?
3 months.
3 months. Where'd you guys meet at?
I met him through the ex-boyfriend who sold my phone. Because they came to pick me up one day because we wanted to chill. Yeah, we stayed at a hotel. They paid for everything. And they asked me if I wanted to come. And I was yeah.
And somewhere in those 3 months, in hotel rooms, in cars, in parks across Lawrenceville, a fantasy had formed between them. In the interrogation room, Cassie described it in 3 words.
And he was let's be Bonnie and Clyde.
That's what Johnny said to her, and she said okay. They wanted out, both of them, and they had decided that the people standing between them and that exit needed to be removed. Sitting together in Petrie Ridge Park, right behind the Bjorge house, they made the plan. The detectives would later ask Cassie exactly how that conversation went.
It wasn't my idea at first.
How did you even what was said? How did you even bring up? What was the context?
He first asked me, "Are you afraid to die?" And I said no. And then I asked him, "Are you afraid to die?" And he said no. And he was just talking about how we could run away together, that kind of dream. And he asked me, he was would you kill your grandparents? And I kind of hesitated for a minute. And I was why? And he was just I don't know, because he knows probably everything that I've been through with all of my family. And he understands that, all I really wanted to do was just kind of get away from everything, kind of just move on with myself. I wasn't having a good relationship with my grandparents. It started getting really bad,
When you guys met at the park, did he ever go over the actual plan on how you guys would do it or anything like that? Or what was that about?
How we started talking about it was we started out with, what time should we go to the house? How are we gonna do this? What materials do we need to, do this? So, we started talking about that, and then, so we decided to go around midnight or 1:30 because my grandma normally went to sleep around 11:30, 12. So we decided we would park down the road, and then the park was literally right behind my backyard, the neighborhood park.
They settled on midnight. Wendy was usually asleep by 11:30. The park was right behind the backyard. They would walk, and Cassie already had a key. Before we get into what happened when those lights finally went out, and I need you to hear this in Cassie's own words because nothing I can say will prepare you for how she describes it if you haven't already. Subscribe and hit the bell. We cover cases like this every single week. Now, let's go back to that night. They waited by the shed at the back of the property, Cassie's own backyard. She knew every corner of it. The bedroom light went out. They waited a little longer. Then Cassie used her key.
So when you guys made it to the back gate, what'd you guys do next? How'd you move up to the house?
Well, we went up the stairs.
The decking stairs?
Yeah,
Oh.
the back deck. And my grandma was still up because we got there a little bit early. So we went back down and we were kind of just chilling over where,
The shed is?
yeah, we were just chilling by the shed. And then we saw that the lights turned out, and then we just like stayed outside for a little bit longer just to, wait. And then I already had the keys to my house because I already had a set of keys, so I was able to unlock the back door. And then that just made everything easier.
Did you guys have anything in your hands, or just?
Yeah. I had what's it called? It's one of those car tools.
Is it to do a tire, or
a tire iron? It was a tire iron. So I had one of those.
Where'd you get that at?
Johnny's car. Because he had one in his car.
His Honda or whatever.
And Johnny just used his fist, and he brought a black book bag that had duct tape in it, and it had the tire iron in it, and it had gloves in it, because we were also wearing gloves too.
They had a tire iron from Johnny's car, a black backpack with duct tape and gloves inside. They wore the gloves going in. Johnny went to Randall. Cassie went to Wendy.
He goes into my grandpa's room, and then I go into my grandma's room.
And then do you hear kind of what's going on over there? And does that kind of cue you off to with your grandmother there?
Yeah, he started going at it, and then, I could hear my grandpa just yelling, them fighting, and then I started getting the rush, and then, that's when I started hitting my grandma in the head.
So you took the tire iron, is it just...
I started just beating her head with it. And, I stopped hearing Johnny doing whatever. And so he comes in the room with me and my grandma, and, he helps me, tie up my grandma with the duct tape. And
how did you do that? Is it just her hands, or?
I got her hands, I got her whole head, and then I got her ankle. And then I dragged her into my grandpa's room, and then Johnny asked me to go get some knives. So I got some knives from downstairs in the kitchen, and I got 3 big butcher knives. And then that's when he started stabbing my grandpa, because then I went back upstairs because I dragged my grandma into my grandpa's room, so they were both in there. And then I asked her for the code to her safe, because I already knew that she had a safe in her closet. I just didn't know it was in the safe. So we left my grandma sitting there on the floor, and then I got the code to the safe. So Johnny's watching my grandpa and my grandma, and I'm over.
How'd you get that code? Did she tell you guys, or?
She told us.
Okay.
So she told us the code, and, I went in the closet because that's where they kept the safe. So, I go in there, I'm checking out all the stuff, and I grab the book bag, and I just start stuffing the book bag with everything, there was envelopes just filled with money. There was probably about $1,000 that we found in that safe that they were just saving.
So you guys put that stuff in a bag, and then basically Johnny's in your grandpa's room with your grandpa and your grandma in the room. Do you come back in there and say, hey, I got this stuff? Or okay.
Yeah, I go back into the room, and I tell him that I got the stuff. And so after that, he slits my grandpa's throat. And then we drag my grandma into the bathroom. And
what was the reason for that? Just to bring her to the bathroom?
Yeah, I don't know why we brought her back into the bathroom. I guess we didn't want to bring her into the bedroom, so we just brought her into the bathroom. And then Johnny slit her throat too. And I actually hit her in the back of the head with the tire iron. Well, not the back of the head, but right where your spine is. Because he was telling me, he was like, if you hit right there, just one good hit, you can just knock the person out, and then they'll be dead. And she was pretending to be dead for a while. like, I would, check up on her, and I would see that she was still breathing, and I'll be like, Johnny, she's still alive. What the heck? And then, like, Johnny finally, like made the, like, last blow, and then after he, like, did that, then he slit her throat.
Wendy and Randall Bjorge, married 43 years, died in the same room. The room they had opened to their granddaughter when nobody else would. After the murders, Cassie and Johnny didn't run. They went to Kroger, bought food, came back, and they stayed.
Then we left, and then we came back to the house.
When you guys left, where'd you guys go to?
We went over to, like, Kroger or Publix to go get something to eat, and then we went back to the house, and we just kind of, like, chilled there.
Did you guys kind of just stay in the house then, or?
Yeah, it was kind of both. We were kind of, like, in and out of the house for a couple days. It was just me and him. We didn't tell anyone. I mean, I told my friends that my grandparents went on a vacation for, like, 2 weeks.
Did you take your grandma's purse, or?
Yeah, I took my grandma's.
Where was that at?
It was in the car.
What about men? They carry wallets. Did you take grandma's wallet?
I couldn't find his wallet, so I had no idea where his wallet was. So I just had my grandma's wallet in her purse.
They hid it underneath his bed. Smart guy, because we almost didn't find it.
His wallet and his cell phone were under his bed.
Really?
Yeah.
I guess that's where he started hiding it.
During that conversation, you were talking about maybe getting out of town and stuff like that, starting your new life, starting over and whatnot.
Yeah.
How come you guys didn't stay?
Yeah, so the reason why we stayed in town was because the plan was we were going to get both of our families. That's why...
Hold on, what?
Okay, so the plan was that we were both going to get both of our families. But first we got my grandparents. Then that's why we went over to Johnny's house. And we attacked his sister and her boyfriend because he wanted to kill his family.
Okay.
So that's like, we stayed in town for a couple days because, we wanted to get some money, we wanted to get ready to leave, and then that plan just going over to his house kind of just like, it didn't work out at all. It went downhill from there.
And then with Johnny's house, you went before everybody else got back for the night?
Yeah, because like our plan was like...
Why didn't you want to attack them while they were sleeping?
I'm not sure why we didn't do that, but he kind of said it would be a lot easier if we kind of just waited for them to each come home so we could each of them
one at a time
come out. Yeah, and it didn't really go like that.
Whose idea was that? Was that also talked about in Peachtree Ridge Park?
Yes. That was Johnny's idea, because then that's the reason why he asked me if I wanted to kill my grandparents, because he wanted to already kill his family. And he was like, let's be Bonnie and Clyde.
You said that?
Yeah. I was like, okay.
That's what I first said when, because I'm the one that got called out to the scene initially, and that's the first thing that came out of my mouth. So
Bonnie and Clyde.
Mm-hmm.
Have you seen the movies?
Of course.
You have or you haven't?
Yes, of course I have.
For the next week, they lived in the house, used Wendy and Randall's money for food, drugs, new clothes. The bodies were upstairs. Beginning to decompose, Johnny poured bleach on them. Then he caulked the doors shut to trap the smell inside. And then despite all of that, people came over.
What I say about you, like, I don't listen to people, like, I love you. You kick.
So for all these people to be inside your house, we're going to both have to assume that it was after you guys killed your grandparents.
The only people who came over to the house was...
So they did come over to the house after you killed your grandparents?
Yeah, I mean, all of it was like one big rush. I don't remember what day they came over. But
I'm not asking for a day. I'm just asking for in 7 days after you guys killed your grandparents and before you went to go attack Johnny's family.
Yeah.
And we're at your house.
Yes.
Let me ask you a question. You killed Grandma and Grandpa with Johnny. Johnny, you said, glues and what we know to be caulks the doors. Was that immediately after, or was that before people came over?
That was before people came over.
Okay, so
I even poured bleach on them before he
you
did
poured
that to
bleach
the
on
door.
Grandma and Grandpa?
Yeah,
Then you left one of the bleach bottles in the bathroom next to Grandma.
yeah.
Why did you pour bleach on them?
Johnny told me to.
For the smell? Okay. And that was because it smelled and you were having people over.
We weren't intending to have any people over. We only had China come over just that one day because we were like, it was only a couple days after, so we thought it was going to be okay. Like, it didn't smell in the house.
She told her friends her grandparents had gone on vacation. She also took Wendy's phone, grabbed it mid-attack specifically so Wendy couldn't call 911, and used it to keep the story alive. Wendy's sister Sylvia had started texting, getting nervous. She hadn't heard from Wendy.
Do they know that your grandparents were upstairs?
No.
They have no idea.
They had no idea. I told them that they were on vacation.
Did they go upstairs at all?
No.
How long did they stay there for?
Just for like a few hours. They came really late at night.
Did you text anyone on Grandma's phone?
Yes.
Pretending to be Grandma?
Yes.
Who did you text?
Just Sylvia.
Okay. And who's that to you?
She's a family member in California.
Okay. So you texted Sylvia. What did you say to Sylvia?
She kept asking, is everything okay? Because she just started freaking out, like, that my grandma wasn't texting her. And so I started texting her saying everything's fine.
Where did you take Grandma's phone from? Was it on her nightstand? Was it in her purse?
It was on her nightstand.
Okay. Did you take it before or after you hit her with the tire iron?
It was like in the middle.
In the middle. So she couldn't call 911?
Yeah. We made sure that they couldn't call me.
No one else came to the house?
And while all of that was happening, while the bleach was drying and the friends were leaving and the texts were going out, the plan was still running. Because the grandparents were only the first stop, Johnny still had a list. And the next targets on that list, the reason they stayed in Lawrenceville for a full week instead of running, were about to become the reason this entire thing fell apart. Stay with me. The plan, as Cassie described it, without a single flinch, was to get both families. The grandparents were first, then Johnny's family, and then her own mother.
Was your mom ever part of the plan?
Oh, killing them?
Mm-hmm.
I wanted to.
Yeah. Was it something you and Johnny discussed, or is it something
No.
you just thought of?
Well, I mean, we did discuss it, but then Johnny was like, no, we can't waste our time on them. And I was like, okay. But I wanted to.
Was there like ever a snapping point, or, I mean, do you feel bad about what happened? Do you think she deserves what happened, or what, how are you feeling right now? I'm not in your shoes,
With my grandparents?
Yeah.
I mean, I feel terrible. I mean, I feel like the worst person on the planet, but at the same time, it was kind of just like, I don't know. I mean, I feel heartbroken, but I don't know. It's really weird. Like, I'm really sad about it, and that's like one of the reasons why, like, I wanted to, kill myself,
Mm-hmm.
and just overdose. Because, like, there was so much stuff going on between me and my grandparents already. Like, I couldn't handle it anymore,
The thing is, we can basically piece together kind of what happens based on the evidence and stuff like that. But what we never can fully explain is why it happened. Were you angry? Were you sad when it was going on? What kind of walk me through what was going on in your head? I mean, was it, like you said, the rush where it's go time, I just need to do what I came here to do?
Yeah.
Or was it like they gave me curfew, they deserved it,
It was
let's
like,
get this on?
it's both.
Both.
Honestly, like, I don't know, like, just all of my emotions kind of just, like, came out when it was happening. Like, I was just angry and I was sad, but I was heartbroken at the same time, because it was just like, why did all of this stuff have to, happen with my family,
Mm-hmm.
Like, why did I have to deal with all this and it's just, I just kind of really got tired of it, and I couldn't handle it anymore. Like, I just kept exploding inside almost.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I wanted to just run away and just be by myself with someone, and just start my life. Like, I was just tired of being...
And Grandma and Grandpa were your bigger circles?
Yeah.
Where were you going to go afterwards?
We were going to go, to Florida.
Okay. Anywhere in particular?
Maybe, Pensacola, Panama City, just somewhere, where we could just, escape.
Yeah.
Just somewhere where we could just kind of, escape reality. Because
I'm not sure.
That's kind of just all I've been wanting to do for such a long time, which is...
Escape reality or kill Grandma and Grandpa?
Well, no, not kill them. Kind of just, escape from everything,
Okay.
Just start my life.
She wanted to kill her own mother. Johnny talked her out of it. So on the night of April 8th, a full week after the murders, they made their move on Johnny's family. His sister Mindy and her boyfriend Kevin were home. The plan was to knock them out and kill them, but Johnny's mother came home early.
And then all of a sudden he goes out and comes back in and just sprays us straight in our faces and starts hitting us and tells his girlfriend to go grab the bat. And I see her come in with the bat, and the first thing she does is hit me across my back.
He used bear spray, told Cassie to get the baseball bat. Mindy and Kevin were beaten badly but survived. Johnny grabbed Mindy's car. They fled, but he left something behind. Wendy and Randall's car was sitting in the driveway. Police arrived at the assault scene, ran the plate, connected it to a house on Furlong Run, the same address where 5 welfare checks had gone unanswered. At 11:13 p.m., officers forced entry. They found the caulked doors. They found the bodies. The stolen car was located at an apartment complex in Suwannee. Surveillance was set. The following morning, April 9th, 12:13 p.m., SWAT made entry. Cassie and Johnny were inside, both with self-inflicted stab wounds to the wrists. They had tried to kill themselves. They survived. 3 days later, Cassie was transported to the Gwinnett County Police Department for a formal recorded interview. They gave her McDonald's, and she told them everything. While Johnny interviewed, he didn't say anything much, insisting he get his lawyer.
You're charged with aggravated assault on your sister and her boyfriend. So we're here just to find out what the heck happened. Maybe they messed around with Cassie and you got upset, or maybe Cassie did something. I don't know. Well, there's more to the story too. We're homicide detectives, and we're also involved, and we're working a double homicide with Cassie's grandparents.
After 2 hours of questioning, after Cassie had walked detectives through every detail of the murders with the same tone you'd use to describe a grocery run, then the detective asked her the question that had been sitting in the room the whole time.
It was all over the news.
Yep. Anything else? It only seems that you're sorry you got caught, that you had people over after. You don't seem to be sorry that you killed your grandparents.
I am.
Do you feel bad about what happened? Do you think she deserves what happened?
I feel terrible. I feel like the worst person on the planet. I just wanted to get away from all of that, I was so tired of dealing with my family.
I'm just letting you know. I'm just letting you know. Knock if you need anything.
She was describing 2 people who took her in when her own mother couldn't keep her, who applied for legal custody to give her stability, who called police 31 times not to have her arrested, to find her and bring her home.
You're being charged of malice murder for your grandmother and then malice murder for your grandfather. Officer Dewey now is going to transport you to the jail, so...
At the sentencing hearing, Johnny Ryder stood and spoke. He said, "I know what I have done is abominable and evil and is deserving of hellfire. I would like to express my deepest apologies to the Bjorge family. I'm so sorry for the pain and grief I have caused all of you." Then it was Cassie's turn. She said nothing. And then while the gallery watched, she smirked. The surviving family had to sit in that room and watch that. Sylvia Berman, Randall's sister. The woman Cassie had been texting pretending to be Wendy while Randall's body decomposed upstairs, stood up and said,
"I wonder how much vicious cruelty it takes to leave someone to putrefy. Did he die quickly? Did Cassie see his face? did he see Cassie's face. Someone he loved so much, someone he was so proud of.
Christopher Bjorge, Wendy and Randall's son, was too broken to read his own statement. His wife read it for him.
It is sad to me that the first time they visit my house and meet my children is in a paper bag from a funeral home.
Wendy and Randall's ashes. The first time they visited their son's home was in a paper bag. Judge Deborah Turner called it one of the worst cases she had ever presided over. She said,
I just continue to be stunned that you sealed areas so that you could make sure the smell of decaying human flesh wouldn't be noticed, that you had parties and ordered Chinese food with two people that you had brutally murdered lying upstairs.
Cassandra Bjorg and Johnny Ryder each received 2 consecutive life sentences. Parole eligibility 60 years minimum. Johnny, at 19, faced the death penalty if the case had gone to trial. The plea deal removed that. Cassie, at 17, was not eligible for execution.
All right, Ms. Borg, you are charged with 2 felony warrants for murder, 2 felony warrants for aggravated assault. You have no bond on the murder charges. Only a superior court judge can consider you for bond.
In the statement Christopher Bjorg gave me, he says in part, quote, "We are all upset and hurt by this devastating loss. My mother and father were both kind and gentle people who loved to help others."
As of 2026, Cassandra Bjorge is 25 years old. She is housed at Arendale State Prison in Georgia. Her earliest possible parole consideration is when she is in her mid-70s. Wendy Bjorge was 63 years old. She spent the last years of her life filing missing person reports for her granddaughter, posting on Facebook asking neighbors to keep watch, texting her sister-in-law the night she died saying she hoped tomorrow would be better. She was still hoping. Randall Bjorge was 63 years old. Son of Norwegian immigrants. Married at 20, 43 years with the same woman. They didn't deserve what happened to them. Drop a comment below and tell me where you're watching from. Subscribe if you haven't already. And we'll see you in the next one.